media, what are the strategies that you have found effective that podcasters are utilizing? Because you also engage with a lot of our podcaster population on social media as well. So, what are the strategies the podcasters can use to really effectively get their video out there on social media platforms?
Oh my God, do we have time for this?
Yes, we do. That's why we're doing today's event.
I know, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, so first things first. On the different platforms, they all have different time links that you can play with. YouTube Shorts are 60 seconds, dead cut off. You can't go anymore, and then it turns into a YouTube video. Instagram, it's 90 seconds. TikTok, 10 minutes, 60 minutes. Don't they let you get crazy? Please don't get crazy. You have to take into consideration that most people's attention, if they're not hooked within the first 3 seconds of your video, they're going to swipe away. That's why everybody has like cool plays, but the retention rate is very, very low because nobody's staying all the way through the end. So you want to make sure that whatever clip you choose, whether it's 10 seconds long, 20 seconds long, 60 seconds long, you have some kind of hook within that first 3 seconds to make sure that people want to stay and listen. Whether it's just like, wait, don't go, or oh my God, check this out, or hey, you need this tip to start your podcast. People will, something like that will get people to stop and go, oh, huh, I wonder what it is. And at that point, you have to continuously keep them hooked. Like, oh my God, you'll never realize how easy this tip is. This is something that anybody can do. We've all seen those videos where they just drawled all the way out. And at the very end, it's like, oh my God, remember to engage with your audience, like and subscribe. You can do something like that if you really feel like you have to, but as long as you keep them engaged, you get some kind of like good info in there, people are going to stay and listen.
John, you were going to talk about strategies. So, talk about the strategies that you recommend in terms of utilizing video for social media.
Yeah. First and foremost, what was the word that you just used? Podcast population? That needs to be a shirt. Podcast population. I've never heard that before. We're going to copyright that and you're going to see it everywhere. That's us. So, well, first off,
Power to the podcasters.
Power to the podcasters. But when you think about socials, and I forget where I had heard this, but within the last couple of years, I mean, it is probably obvious, but make content specific to the outlet, right? So even though you can have short clips that go everywhere, and you may have only enough personal bandwidth to make content that kind of works across all three fields, right? Or all the different social medias that you're on. But to the best of your ability, try to create content that's specific to each of those channels, right? Even something as small as if you're using the same clip, but maybe the tag that you use over on Instagram is just follow us on Instagram or follow us on TikTok if you're on TikTok or whatever, right? There's all these little things that you can do to make it feel different across all of the different platforms. Also take into consideration the dimensions for each platform too. A lot of the ones that Ronnie brought up are all vertical videos, but if you're doing a longer form video over on YouTube, understand that you have the horizontal video at your disposal for the longer form content too. Things like that. Do you have that on Instagram too? Yeah, but as we all know, the vertical content looks a lot better and it looks a lot more professional on those outlets there. Who's going to talk about CapCut? Is that me or is that you? Because I'm excited to talk about
You
CapCut.
can talk about CapCut.
All
Talk
right.
about CapCut.
All
God,
right. We
you can't have nothing in this house.
We are not sponsored by CapCut, but CapCut is great, as are all the other tools we've talked about today. CapCut is awesome because it allows you to stitch videos together really easy from your mobile device. What I love about it, though, is it automatically generates transcripts for you that show up on the screen. So you ever doom scrolling and you see that there's a video that they're talking and they have the script going across? That's awesome. And that's all done in different programs, but the one that we like here, or I like here, or Ronnie likes here, many of us like it, is CapCut. And what's great about it too is you can go ahead and format it so it looks a certain way, and if it's a certain vibe, you can go and edit the text afterwards. All that stuff is really crucial too for making even your social clips more inclusive and allowing people to see what you're saying also, as opposed to just looking at you too. It's just another piece that you can use to make your podcast content that much more engaging. But even if you're not doing that, the tool that you brought up before with Headliner is awesome. You can literally have any of your content just created into an audiogram that has the text and the wave bars. All that is super cool. But you need to be able to have, if you're doing video podcasting as a strategy, or even if you're using just the video component of it for promotion, you need to have that in your social strategy. Because if you're just doing audio, that's fine, but you're missing out on a large piece of engagement that you may think might not be night and day difference, but can really have a massive difference on the amount of people checking out your content over time.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really important, I think, also. A couple of things there, John. Number one, transcripts on those clips, and Descript and Headliner both do that. So, and Headliner, even on those audiograms, where you upload your audio episode with your cover art, and it'll just create little clips, even from the audio, that can also be really helpful. If you can't make video, if you don't have that personal bandwidth, all of those do create transcripts, but sometimes you have to enable them. So make sure that you enable those transcripts on short form video content. That's a really important, really, really important aspect.